Everyone is requested to kindly settle down. Everyone is requested to kindly settle down. Kindly keep your mobile on silent mode. Please settle down. Good morning. Namaste. Salam Walaikum. Kalai Vadakkam. Sat Sri Akal. Andarki Namaskaram. A very good morning to one and all present here. Myself, Dr. Ansuya Nain, Zonal Secretary, IPSA. I welcome you all. It is a pleasure to be at the inaugural program of conference of IPSA. Guests are requested to kindly take their respective seats on the dais. Guests are requested to kindly take their respective seats on the dais. Professor G.D. Sharma, please kindly be on stage. Professor J.K. Mahapatra, Professor Nani Gopal Mahanta, Professor R. Thandavan, Shri Mehbubul Haq, Professor Shanti Shri Pandit, Dr. Nazir Hussain, kindly take your respective seats on the dais. Thank you, sir. For the floral welcome of Professor R. Thandavan, I would request Professor R. K. Satpathy on stage. Professor R. K. Satpathy on stage. Ram Reddy, Ram Reddy, Ram Reddy, Ram Reddy ji, Ram Reddy. Now I would request Professor D. Ram Reddy to present flowers to Professor Nali Gopal Mehta. Professor Nani Gopal Mahanta. I would invite Professor Nirjaro Gupta to kindly welcome Shri Mohabubul Haq, Honorable Chancellor of University of Science and Technology, Meghalaya. To welcome Professor J.K. Mohapatra, I would invite Professor Raj Kothari on stage. Professor Raj Kothari. To present flowers to Professor G.D. Sharma, I would request Professor Chandrakant Yatnu to come on stage. For welcoming Professor Shantishri Pandit, Honorable President IPSA, I would request Ms. Mehjabeen Rehman to come on stage. Now, I would request Dr. Vandana Mishra to welcome Professor Geetanjali Das. Dr. Vandana Mishra. To welcome Professor Sanjeev Kumar Sharma, I would request Professor Nisar ul Haq on stage. For the floral welcome of Dr. M. Nazir Hussain, I would request Dr. Rajesh Kumar Sharma on stage. Dr. Rajesh Kumar Sharma. For the welcome address of the conference, I would invite Professor G.D. Sharma on stage. Professor Gauri Dutt Sharma is a seasoned academician, serious researcher, highly experienced administrator, accomplished teacher, and extensively traveled intellectual giant, known for his sound research output in microbiological research. Professor Sharma has also, to his credit, many more achievements, such as being Vice Chancellor of Nagaland University, Pro-Vice Chancellor of Assam University, Founder Vice Chancellor of Bilaspur University, and Vice Chancellor of Atal Bihari Vajpayee University, before assuming the charge of the University of Science and Technology, Meghalaya. I would invite Professor G.D. Sharma to podium for welcome address. Professor G.D. Sharma.
Thank you very much. And it is Indeed, a great pleasure for me for this a mega event of academicians from all over the country to this 59th All India Political Science Congress, which is held for the first time in Northeast India after 84 years of its establishment. And on this very auspicious occasion, it is my pleasant and happiest moment to extend very warm welcome to Professor R. Thandwam, former President IPSA and former Vice Chancellor of University of Madras. So hearty welcome, sir. Professor Nani Gopal Mahanta, Academic Advisor, Government of Assam, and Professor in Guwahati University. I would like to say that the Assam, after taking over by Professor Nani Gopal Mahanta, is making transformational change in the higher education. So we can say that wherever political science professors or people are there, they bring significant change in the higher education. Honorable Chancellor of USTM, Shri Mehbubul Haq, a visionary leader, and also a person who started with very humble beginning and for the Northeast people, giving opportunity to the students of the Northeast who cannot afford going outside the Northeast, who cannot afford to pay the fees, where nearly 30% of students are getting free of education. They are also having their payback facility. Whoever is clearing NEC or any government examination, his full fees is refunded. These two uniqueness with the social approach, the university has been established, and आप सबकी दुआ की वजह से हम सब जो भी है, he brings uniqueness and he always thinks that university should be one of the leading university in the world. So he is leading Northeast in front of higher education. So very hearty welcome, sir, with your humbleness and with your involvement for the people, that you are making all possible efforts. And the next, he is trying to have the special university for the women's university. With your all blessings, I think that should also come in Barak Valley. Professor Jayant Kumar Mahapatra, former Vice Chancellor of Berhampur University, one of the best friend of mine for more than 22 years. We have been associated with NEC, and very hearty welcome, sir, to welcome you in the USTM. Professor Santeshri Pandit, President of IPSA and the Honorable Vice Chancellor of JNU. It is a great moment of happiness, and also we feel so proud that Madam has accepted our invitation to come, and also her university is having MOU with us, and we hope that under her leadership, our more closeness, more strong tie will be growing, because JNU is the first place of preference for the students of Northeast. So for the research also, the studies also, and the students from the JNU, they are occupying very, very important positions in Northeast. So this will bring more bondings. And Madam, we are so glad that it is very difficult to express in words. Professor Gitanjali, one of the greatest academicians, we extend very hearty welcome to her, Madam. And the man behind all this academic leadership, the man who is responsible to give this mega event to University of Science and Technology, a most vibrant person, a most, you can say, dramatic person in bringing change in higher education. You cannot believe how he has transformed Mahatma Gandhi Central University in Motihari, where the first Gandhiji also started his movement, first movement from Motihari. And he is the person as first Central Vice Chancellor, founder Vice Chancellor of the Central University. And the way he has transformed, it is to be seen. It is one of the best examples. Professor Sanjeev Kumar sir, it is greatest pleasure sir to welcome you. आपका स्पेशली हार्दिक स्वागत है कि हमको आपने अवसर दिया. In first instance, he said that once he visited in the month of January after having selection committee experts in Nehu, and immediately after seeing this auditorium, he said that we will have our 59th meeting here. I said that will be the most pleasant thing for us, and that is how he made it happen. Dr. Mohammad Nazir Hussain, the local organizing secretary and head of the department, a very silent worker, but very serious worker, and I extend very hearty welcome. So really it is a most, we can say, the happiest moment to all of us, to our USTM family, and on the, this really, this gives me a most, you can say, the auspicious occasion to extend very hearty welcome to all the academicians from all over the country. For the first time, nearly 1,000 academicians from different parts of the country, they have joined here, they have registered here. And after Corona, this is for the first time that we are having such large gathering without mask. Otherwise, we were covering our half mouth and we were unable to even recognize our own friends because our face was covered. And we used to remember, हम लोग कहते कि जिसका मुंह नहीं देखना हो, ये कोरोना ने ऐसे कर दिया कि मुंह नहीं देखना आपको किसी का. So now we can see faces of each other, the happiness on the face, and our students are so happy and vibrant with positive energy after seeing this mega event of academicians, that people from different parts of the country, and I am sure that you will see the warmthness in the Northeast, and with your blessings will bring a sea change in academics, in our collaboration. We look forward for your all support because we are still having less facilities compared to other part of country. But you have seen the location of USTM is on the junction of Assam and also Meghalaya, and that is also uniqueness of USTM, that we believe more in collaborative, supportive, and also progressive way of our working for the academic achievement, and also to achieve the vision of our country, vision of the nation, that India will become Vishwa Guru by 2050 with the way the things are going on. Because this is for the first time that India has achieved the highest export. People are busy in fighting in wars. People are busy in controlling Corona. But India is slightly and slowly and silently progressing. That shows the 400 billion export for the first time by India during this period. That shows that how the academicians' role in making India progress, and that is the reason how and why the 59th IPSA meeting has selected the international conference title, that we are re-emerging and we will be coming in a very short time on the world map with the academic leadership. With these few words, I extend very warm welcome to all our faculty members, HODs, deans, students, media persons, and to every one of you. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Thank you, Professor Sharma ji. The University of Science and Technology, Meghalaya, has published a souvenir on this occasion. I would request Professor Gitanjali Das, Vice President IPSA, to release the souvenir. All guests are requested to kindly join. The souvenir contains list of abstracts of the delegates, the full program of the conference, a very inclusive volunteer and committee list, messages from Honorable Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, brief profile of the university. Thank you, Dr. Dash. I would like to call upon stage Professor Sanjeev Kumar Sharma to present the IPSA report. Professor Sanjeev Kumar Sharma is General Secretary and Treasurer of the Indian Political Science Association for the last 11 years and Vice Chancellor of Mahatma Gandhi Central University, Motihari. He has experience in teaching, research, and administration for around 4 decades. Professor Sharma has contributed tremendously to the growth and development of the discipline of political science. Professor Sharma, please.
सबको नमस्कार। इंडियन पॉलिटिकल साइंस एसोसिएशन के 59वें अधिवेशन में परिषद की माननीय अध्यक्ष आदरणीय प्रोफेसर शांतिश्री पंडित, इस विश्वविद्यालय के माननीय कुलाधिपति और मेरे मित्र श्री महबूबुल हक जी, 2 विशिष्ट अतिथि, इप्सा के पूर्व अध्यक्ष प्रोफेसर थंडवन आरटी अन्ना, मेरे मित्र प्रोफेसर जेके महापात्रा, प्रोफेसर गीतांजलि दास, इस विश्वविद्यालय के माननीय कुलपति प्रोफेसर जीडी शर्मा, हमारे मित्र प्रोफेसर नानी गोपाल महंता, इस कार्यक्रम के संयोजक आयोजन सचिव डॉक्टर नजीर हुसैन, और इस सभागार में बैठे हुए राजनीति विज्ञान विषय से, इस परिषद से प्रेम करने वाले मेरे सभी आदरणीय मित्रों, आप सबको इप्सा की ओर से सादर प्रणाम करता हूं। ये हम लोगों के लिए परम सौभाग्य की बात है कि इस कोरोना की त्रासदी के बाद साथ मिलने का भौतिक रूप से अवसर प्राप्त हुआ, और वो भी एक ऐतिहासिक क्षण है इस नाते कि इंडियन पॉलिटिकल साइंस एसोसिएशन दिसंबर के अंतिम सप्ताह में 1938 में जब वाराणसी में पंडित मदन मोहन मालवीय के आग्रह पर पंडित गोविंद वल्लभ पंत के नेतृत्व में बनाई गई, तब से लेकर लाहौर से त्रिवेंद्रम तक और कलकत्ता से अहमदाबाद तक पूरे देश भर में इसके अधिवेशन होते रहे। लेकिन इन 84 वर्षों में इसके अधिवेशन भारत के उत्तर पूर्व भाग तक नहीं पहुंच पाए। आज हम पहली बार 84 वर्ष बाद उत्तर पूर्व में पहुंचे हैं। इसके लिए मैं विशेष रूप से मेरे आदरणीय अग्रज मित्र शुभेच्छु प्रोफेसर गौरीदत्त शर्मा जी का आभार व्यक्त करता हूं और श्री महबूबुल हक साहब का बहुत बहुत कृतज्ञ हूं पूरे परिषद परिवार की ओर से, जिन्होंने हमारे आग्रह को, निवेदन को स्वीकार किया। जैसा प्रोफेसर शर्मा ने संकेत किया, संयोग था, यहां से निकल रहा था, इनकी एक चाय पीनी थी, उन्होंने विश्वविद्यालय दिखाया, तब तक कुछ समझ में नहीं आया था। जैसे ही हॉल देखा एकदम मन में कौंध गया, अगला अधिवेशन यही होना है, और ये संभव हुआ। महबूबुल हक साहब ने पूरा विश्वविद्यालय लगा दिया है इस परिषद के आयोजन में। मुझे भी, मुझसे बहुत वरिष्ठ लोग आरटी अन्ना, विष्णु चौधरी, ये सब बहुत वरिष्ठ लोग जो एसोसिएशन के पुराने कर्ता धर्ता हैं, वे लोग बैठे हुए हैं। मैं भी करीब करीब 20-22 साल से इसका नेतृत्व कर रहा हूं। मैंने इससे अच्छा आयोजन आज तक नहीं देखा। मैं पुनः एक बार, सुषमा जी मुझे लगता है मैं सही कह रहा हूं, मैं पुनः एक बार आप सबकी ओर से श्री महबूबुल हक साहब को और प्रोफेसर जीडी शर्मा जी को, पूरे यूएसटीएम परिवार को, उनको परिषद की ओर से आभार व्यक्त करता हूं, साधुवाद देता हूं। मेरा दायित्व परिषद की ओर से रिपोर्ट पढ़ना है। मैंने आते समय ही घड़ी देख ली थी, हम समय से चलने के अभ्यस्त हैं, इसलिए मैं बहुत विस्तार से बात नहीं करूंगा। आपके साथ 2 दिन हूं, लगातार किसी ना किसी सत्र में कुछ ना कुछ बात करता रहूंगा। जनरल बॉडी में आपको सुनूंगा, कुछ आपकी कुछ मेरी आप बीती कहूंगा। आज केवल 1-2 बातें कहता हूं। इंडियन पॉलिटिकल साइंस एसोसिएशन पिछले 84 साल में अपनी यात्रा में निरंतर प्रगति कर रही है। इस अधिवेशन का एक और महत्वपूर्ण पक्ष जो मैं रेखांकित करना चाहता हूं, और वो ये कि यहाँ इस बार के अधिवेशन में बहुत वरिष्ठ लोग, 2018 में हमारे लगभग पुराने सारे इप्सा प्रेसिडेंट आए थे, आपने देखा था, उनका फेलिसिटेशन हुआ था 80 साल पूरे होने पर। इस बार बहुत वरिष्ठ लोगों के साथ साथ बहुमत उन नए शोधार्थियों का है जिनकी राजनीति विज्ञान में रुचि जागी है। तो सारे उन रिसर्च स्कॉलर शोधार्थियों और नए युवा अध्यापकों, शिक्षकों का जो बहुमत है, उनको देखकर मुझे निरंतर लग रहा है राजनीति विज्ञान का और इस परिषद का भविष्य बहुत उज्जवल है। हम सब इप्सा की गतिविधियों में विभिन्न प्रकार से भाग लेते रहते हैं। ये परिषद आज मेरे कारण या प्रोफेसर शांति श्री पंडित के कारण या हमारे पदाधिकारियों के कारण इस रूप में नहीं पहुंची है, आप सबके सहयोग से पहुंची है। आप अपने काम छोड़कर, अपने परिवार छोड़कर यात्राएं करने के यहाँ पहुंचे हैं, अपनी सुविधाओं से बाहर निकल कर आए हैं। आपका आना हमारे लिए संबल मात्र नहीं है, हमारे लिए संजीवनी भी है। मैं आप सबको एक बार पुनः इस सफल कार्यक्रम की शुभकामनाएं देता हूं, बधाई देता हूं। जनरल बॉडी की मीटिंग में विस्तार से बात करूंगा। नमस्कार।
Thank you, Professor Sharma. Now I would request Professor Shantri Shri Pandit, President IPSA, to release the first ever book published by Indian Political Science Association. The book is entitled Indian Vision of Political Thinking. The editor VP Mukherjee, VP Verma, JP Sood in the Indian Political Science Journal over the years. Professor and Vice Chancellor. He has been into teaching and research in political science for more than 48 years now. It's a pleasure to have Professor J.K. Mohapatra, as he is popularly known to this conference. I would request him to kindly deliver his address. Professor Mohapatra, please.
Thank you. Namaskar. Good morning. Madam President, Professor Shanti Shri Pandit, President of IPSA, my good friend, our dynamic General Secretary, Dr. Professor Sanjeev Sharma ji, Chancellor of the University, Haq Sahab, Vice Chancellor, Professor G.D. Sharma, the little I say about my association
association and friendship above with him is better because it will take a long time. Professor R. Thandavan, former president of IPSA and former Vice Chancellor of Madras University, Chennai. We have covered a long distance in our life, academic life, for more than 40 years now, crossed many ups and downs together. I am happy that he's here today with us. Dr. The local secretary, Dr. Nazir Hussain, academic advisor to Government of Assam, Nani Gopal sir, honorable members of the IPSA, esteemed faculty of the university, invitees, dignitaries, dear students, friends from the media. My heartfelt thanks goes to Madam President Santi Sri Pandit and our General Secretary, Professor Sanjeev Sharma, for inviting me to be a guest of honor. I could have very well enjoyed my time here with all of you, but at least 1.5 hours I have to be on the dais. I'm grateful to both of them for giving this opportunity. This is not an occasion where I about serious academic discussion, because the time is limited. 10 minutes. I've already taken 3 minutes, another 5 to 6 minutes. The IPSA executive very rightly identified the theme for the seminar and also for this 59th annual conference of IPSA, the global rise of incredible India. India was incredible. India is incredible. India will be incredible for centuries to come. Our uniqueness, our cultural heritage, our contribution to science and technology, and the love and that the people of India share between themselves, and also they share and distribute it freely, open-heartedly throughout the globe. Indians are loved throughout the world. You go to any country, hardly there is any country, maybe I have not gone to Pakistan, maybe in Pakistan we may not be loved, but I had 1 or 2 friends, those who are in constant touch with me, they are also very loving people. So this incredible nature of India, how to sustain it, how to make it a robust country, a country which can be taken into cognizance, which can be recognized by the world powers. We are strong, as G.D. Sharma sir is saying, when the global economy is stuttering, is in crisis, our economy is slowly but steadily, and we may be a very powerful economy in the post-pandemic period. In the post-pandemic period, our economy is certainly doing extremely well. There is systematic attempt by many countries, or some countries at least, those who want to sabotage our growth, those who want to slow our growth, those who want to divide us, those who want to make us weak. want to attack us politically. They want to attack us culturally. They want to attack us, our integrity, our unity. And I was going through the various themes that the IPSA executive has identified. And one of the important themes that attracted my attention was the global challenge of terrorism. Terrorism is one thing which will destroy, which will make us weak. It is one weapon, it is one disease which can make us weak politically, make us weak economically, make us weak militarily. How the global powers will counter national terrorism, cross-border terrorism, transnational terrorism,
Thank you, Professor Mishra. Now I would request Professor Nalini Gopal Mahanta to kindly come to the podium for his address. Our guest of honor for the inaugural function, Professor Nalini Gopal Mahanta, is most commonly known academician in Northeast India, former head, Department of Political Science. Professor Mahanta is a prolific writer, researcher, orator, organizer, and an activist. Presently, he is educational advisor to the government. You here, sir. I kindly request you to come forward for the address.
Thank you. Honorable President IPSA, Professor Santashri Pandit Ma'am, Dynamic General Secretary of All India Political Science Association. We have here today amongst us a galaxy of Honorable Vice Chancellors, former Vice Chancellors. I have the honor to address Professor R. Thandavan, Chancellor Srijad Mumbabul Haq, and Dr. M. Nazneen Hussain, distinguished invitees, panelists, and gentlemen. At the very outset, I would like to offer my sincere gratitude and thanks to the organizers, particularly to Professor Sanjeev Kumar Sharma-ji, for having invited me to this conference. And I would also like to congratulate Professor, our Chancellor, Mahbubul Haq, for his dynamic leadership in organizing the first All India Political Science Conference in Northeast India. I compliment you, sir, for your leadership and vision that you have established. Now, various representatives from various parts of India. In this context, in this 59th All India Political Science Conference, I would like to pose a series of questions in front of you. Not necessarily that I have the answers, but I believe in these days, these issues will perhaps find its resonance in our deliberations. Question arises, what is the state of discipline of political science today, particularly in the context of India? Secondly, how does Northeast India contribute to the study of the discipline? Thirdly, what is the scope of the discipline in the light of NEP 2020? Where would the discipline fit in the framework of liberal arts? Fourth, what is the nature of political science research? Where do we stand today? Fifth, how far political science could be an attractive career option? In other words, the sole market demand of the subject and kind of value addition that we need to make in order to be continuously relevant in our. Now, coming to the context of Northeast India, it is said that with more than 270 ethnic groups and 180 languages, North India policymakers nightmare, but a delight for social science researchers and political science subjects, which are so dear to our discipline. We find its ramifications in our Northeast India. Some of the issues that perhaps it has contributed to the study of political science from the region are the question of ethnicity and ethnic identity. The nature of ethnicity, constructivist, the instrumentalist, and the primordial dimension of ethnicity in this part of the world. Then secondly, what we find is the functioning of asymmetrical federalism in the region, like the functioning of sixth schedule, the development autonomous council, etc. I do not have time, but I have written a paper. Later on, I can submit it. Then thirdly, Another dimension that requires proper etiological and proper analysis by the students of political science is the growth of militancy in the region. Since 1950s, the region India can definitely claim to be the natural habitat of democracy, because more than 270 ethnic groups, more than imagine if all these groups, if all these ethnic groups had demanded separation or secessionism, more than 180 countries would have been created in this part of the world. So Northeastern people, the tribal people, non-tribal people know the process of how to accommodate diversity in the vast part of this Northeastern. The fifth dimension of Northeast India that has contributed is the foreign policy implications, particularly the study of Act East policy and sub-region initiative like BIMSTEC, BCIM, that Northeast India is the periphery. In fact, one author talked about periphery strikes back. But after 2014-15, what we have seen is the emergence of Northeast India as the core of Indian politics and India's foreign policy. With the launching of the transformation of Look-East policy to Act-East policy, Northeast India has become the foci of India's foreign policy. The Indo-Pacific or the Bay of Bengal initiative, all are being talked about in the context of Northeast India. So therefore, Northeast India is now emerging from that periphery to the core. The sixth issues of political science that confront the issues of immigration. I have recently written a book on CA and NRC, the politics of trade. In fact, the region is being confronted with the issues of immigration and problem. I believe it falls in between Myanmar and India. So what we see grow across border. So how do you define border in the context of Northeast India is another such challenge in the context of Northeast India. Now, in the process, what I argue, and they were indulging in minority or any kind of, militant politics. They are now coming under rainbow coalition. So a political conceptualization, a new notion has emerged that is called rainbow coalition, under which various ethnic groups have been brought under one rubric of political formulation. So slowly and gradually, the attitude that Northeast India was exploited, that New Delhi used to act as the stepmother, so-called stepmother, this attitude has been changing. Why Northeast India is so critical is because Northeast India is situated in three geographical areas. One is with South Asia, that is with our relationship with Bangladesh. Then with Southeast Asia, our relationship with Thailand, Myanmar, and of course you may include China here, and with Himalayan countries like Nepal and Bhutan. Conclusively, I would like to draw your attention to one question which has been very proactively put forwarded by some political scientists by saying that with the emergence of a new political formulation for last 6, 7, or 10 years, the democracy is in decline. Some of the political scientists, in fact, with the recent election, one political scientist in New Delhi said that India's republic has been throttled with the support of the public. I believe this is an extreme simplification about the nature and functioning of democracy by a few political scientists from New Delhi. How you determine democracy? Democracy is determined by the functioning of institutions, by functioning of policies, by functioning of checks and balances, and how the provisions of the constitutions are implemented in letter and spirit. I do not believe that a saga has come where we indulge in any kind of discrimination when it comes to policy, when it comes to the offering of beneficiary to the people like Atal Amrit Abhijan or Pradhan Mantri Rozgar Yojana or Atal Pension, whatever you call about. There is no systematic discrimination. There is no institutional discrimination that is taking place. So therefore, some of the viewpoints that is given by some political scientists that Indian democracy is in challenge, I believe is not a correct perspective. Yes, of course, some of the issues are now getting a new perspective. For example, issues of inclusion, issues of secularism. These are some of the issues that require further deliberations. You just cannot possibly impose one perspective on whole nature and functioning of Indian democracy. I do not accept this argument that Indian democracy is in decline. In fact, India always boasts of civilizational democracy. Indian state is a civilizational state. We have the greatest heritage of inclusion of all kinds of people. When Jews were persecuted all across, particularly in Germany, it was India who gave shelter to the Jewish people. In fact, when Israel came, the first resolution the government of Israel took in their parliament was to thank the people of India because of the shelter, because of help given to the people, those people at that point of time. Talk about the Parsis. The Parsis from Iran, the way they were accommodated. In fact, when Hitler invaded Poland, more than 700 people, they were sent across a ship in the in ocean. Nobody took care of those 700 people, but all those people, 500 male, 200 children, they were given shelter by Maharaja of Jamnagar, Digvijay Singh. So we have examples galore that Indian society is structurally an inclusive society. Our nation state is a civilizational nation state where all exist, but with certain amount of respect to the core civilizational Sanatani principles of this country. With this word, I welcome all of you as being the advisor of education to the government of Assam. I feel deeply honored for having invited me to this conference, and I'm grateful to Mahbubul Haqji for his dynamic leadership, and also to Professor Sharmaji for his dynamic leadership in giving a vibrant character to All India Political Science Association. Thanking you. Namaskar. Jai Hind. Jai Aham.
Thank you, sir. Now, I would request Professor Nalini Gopal Mehta to kindly release the second publication of the Indian Political Science Association entitled State Politics in Contemporary India. The present volume contains paper published in the Indian Journal of Political Science during the last half decade on the dynamics of state politics. Thank you, sir. Now I would request Professor R. Thandavan to kindly come forward for the inaugural address. Professor R. Thandavan is former President, Indian Political Science Association, former Vice Chancellor, University of Madras, former editor, the Indian Journal of Political Science, and former head, Anna Center for Public Affairs. He is one amongst the popular public intellectuals of Tamil Nadu, a forceful speaker, a loving human being, a respectable researcher. Professor Thandavan has contributed immensely to the growth of Indian Political Science Association. He was honored with IPSA National Senior Political Scientist Award in 2014. I request Professor R. Thandavan to kindly give inaugural address. Professor Thandavan, please.
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். Good morning to everyone present here. My lovable President of IPSA, Santi Sri Pandit, Vice Chancellor, first Vice Chancellor of Women Vice Chancellor of JNU. We proud of you, Chanti. My beloved Thambi, younger brother Sanjeev Kumar Sharma, General Secretary and Treasurer of IPSA and Vice Chancellor of Mahatma Gandhi Central University, Bihar, Vice President of IPSA, my good friend Dikshit and Das, Executive Members and Editor of the Indian Journal of Political Science, other office bearers of IPSA, Chancellor, Vice Chancellor of this great university, my good friend Mahabhatra, an academic advisor, Government of Assam. He excellently spoke about academic activities. I appreciate the Government of Assam for locating a correct person for this post, academic advisor. Volunteers, fellow delegates, particularly from Tamil Nadu under the able leadership of Madurai Veeran, I am delighted, really happy and honored to stand before you to deliver inaugural address of 59th All India Political Science Conference this fine morning. When Sharma asked me that Anna, you have to deliver the inaugural address only a few days back, I was pleased and happily accepted it. In my inaugural address, I touched a few selected areas in which India has remarkably achieved developments like education, health, and digital technology, the basic necessities of everyday life. Friends, India is a bundle of wonders. As you all aware, India is one of the oldest civilizations in the world. Our country is maximum culture, religious tradition, diversity in food, language, etc. In fact, this honorable and valuable gathering proves that delegates from Kanyakumari to Kashmir, Gujarat to Assam is reflecting the global rise of incredible India. With a rich heritage and tradition, the country is among the most popular democracy in the world, with around 920 million people are eligible to vote. India represents unity in diversity. Our people are very courageous, polite, understanding, helping nature. However, during the occasions like war or national crisis, India will forget their diversity and unite, uprise, and the fight against the common enemy, be it Pakistan or China, or COVID or Omicron. An incredible national culture and religious tolerance. As we all know, India is 7th largest country by its geographical area and beauty and wonders surrounding our country from each and every aspects of our country is also incredible because of its beautiful mountain, lakes, forest, ocean, etc. Indian culture is among the world's oldest civilization in India began about 5,000 years ago. India has 29 states and union territories with different culture, civilization, one of the most populated countries in the world. The Indian culture, often labeled as maximum of various culture. The culture, the language, and the tradition and the clothes are different regions are incredible, and you will love to explore understanding it. India gives birth to Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism, and other religion. They are all now collectively known as Indian religions. Today, Hinduism, Buddhism are the third and fourth largest religion, respectively, of the world. Although the India is a secular Hindu majority country, it has a large Muslim population. Religious tolerance is our identity. It is not only preached but also practiced in true sense. We are proud of our cultural difference, but we must also be proud to be citizens of India. It is our duty to maintain its unique feature. We have to think beyond the parochial interests and work for the broader goal of bringing prosperity and progress for our motherland. Liberated from its colonial past, India as democratic nation has achieved several incredible targets in uprising towards the global leadership. Among the various achievements, I take education, health and infrastructure facilities, and above all, various digital initiatives. We have a lot of initiative in education. The percentage of enrolled percentage increased. Health index has increased a lot. And also the digital India is enormous, unbelievable. I have written very details about health, education and digital India in detail. But General Secretary, my good friend Sharma ji told me that I have to be on time. Hence, I conclude and thank the members of IPSA and the office bearers of IPSA for giving me this opportunity. And also, I thank particularly for taking IPSA as a very active nowadays. In the late 80s, when Professor Perumal, my guru, and other leaders in IPSA, they hold the IPSA very active. I was wondering how IPSA will go after 90s or 2000. 1911, Sanjeev Kumar Sharma has become General Secretary in Lucknow. Bharatwal as president. He was taking care of not only General Secretary of IPSA, but also the journal. I thank you, Sharma ji, for your role in making IPSA academically very active. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor R. Thandavan. Now I would request Professor G.D. Sharma to kindly release the latest issue of Bharatiya Rajniti Vigyan Shodh Patrika. Keeping in view the ever-increasing demand of the members of IPSA from Hindi-speaking regions, the IPSA has launched a half-yearly Hindi journal in 2009 entitled Bharatiya Rajniti Vigyan Shodh Patrika. The editor may kindly join. Thank you, Professor Dibbi Sharma ji. Now, I would request the General Secretary and Treasurer, Indian Political Science Association, to kindly come forward for announcing the IPSA National Awards. Professor Sharma, please.
मित्रों, हम करीब पिछले 10-12 साल से पॉलिटिकल साइंस के विभिन्न टीचर्स को विभिन्न कैटेगरीज में कुछ अवार्ड्स देते हैं। मैं उनके नाम अनाउंस करूंगा, वे जो मित्र जहां भी बैठे हों वे वहां से उठकर मंच पर आएंगे और जिनका ये बताएंगे किसके हाथ से दिलाया जाना है। इप्सा की ओर से एक सीनियर पॉलिटिकल साइंटिस्ट अवार्ड दिया जाता है, जो एक ऐसे व्यक्ति को जिसका लाइफ टाइम अचीवमेंट अवार्ड इस बार इसका नाम कर दिया है रात एग्जीक्यूटिव ने। तो 2019, 2020 और 2021 के अवार्ड्स हमें अनाउंस करने हैं। कुछ कैटेगरीज में अवार्ड्स पूरे नहीं होंगे विभिन्न कारणों से। 2019 का इप्सा नेशनल सीनियर पॉलिटिकल साइंटिस्ट अवार्ड प्रोफेसर विष्णु चरण चौधरी। प्रोफेसर विष्णु चरण चौधरी ने काइंडली कम टू द स्टेज। प्रोफेसर विष्णु चरण चौधरी बहरामपुर यूनिवर्सिटी में पॉलिटिकल साइंस के प्रोफेसर रिटायर हुए हैं, बहुत पुराने पॉलिटिकल साइंटिस्ट हैं। इप्सा की एक्टिविटीज में भी विष्णु चरण चौधरी का बहुत बड़ा योगदान रहता है। हम उनको सम्मानित करते हैं। ये किससे दिलाया जाना है, ये आप अनाउंस करेंगे वहां से? मैं ही बोल दूं? ठीक है। श्री महबूबुल हक, हमारे विश्वविद्यालय के चांसलर, उनसे रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि प्रोफेसर विष्णु चरण चौधरी साहब, नहीं आपसे शुरू कराते हैं, उनको सम्मानित करते हैं। सब लोग हैं। दो 2020 के लिए प्रोफेसर RS यादव, प्रोफेसर राजवीर सिंह यादव कुरुक्षेत्र विश्वविद्यालय से रिटायर हुए हैं। आइए। 2020 का इप्सा नेशनल सीनियर पॉलिटिकल साइंटिस्ट अवार्ड प्रोफेसर शांति श्री पंडित से निवेदन करूंगा कि प्रोफेसर RS यादव को ये पुरस्कार प्रदान करें। दो 2021 का सीनियर पॉलिटिकल साइंटिस्ट अवार्ड प्रोफेसर कौशल किशोर मिश्रा। आइए मंच पर आइए, वहां नहीं लेके आएगा कोई। आइए। प्रोफेसर कौशल किशोर मिश्रा पॉलिटिकल साइंस के सीनियर प्रोफेसर हैं, BHU में डीन हैं, हेड रह चुके हैं, इंडियन जर्नल ऑफ पॉलिटिकल साइंस के एडिटर भी रह चुके हैं, प्रोलिफिक राइटर हैं और पावरफुल वक्ता हैं। और मैं प्रोफेसर JK महापात्रा से रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि उनको पुरस्कार प्रदान करें। UGC के फॉर्मर चेयरमैन और भारत में मुक्त विश्वविद्यालय की संकल्पना के संवाहक प्रोफेसर जी राम रेड्डी की स्मृति में एक पुरस्कार देते हैं। प्रोफेसर जी राम रेड्डी गवर्नेंस अवार्ड 2019 प्रोफेसर P मदुरई वीरन। प्रोफेसर P मदुरई वीरन अन्ना सेंटर फॉर पब्लिक अफेयर्स में प्रोफेसर एंड हेड रहे हैं, इंडियन जर्नल ऑफ पॉलिटिकल साइंस के एडिटर रहे हैं, इप्सा के वाइस प्रेसिडेंट रहे हैं। प्रोफेसर नानी गोपाल महंतो से रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि प्रोफेसर P मदुरई वीरन को सम्मानित करें। तमिलनाडु से बहुत बड़ा कंटिजेंट है, ज्यादा ताली बजा सकते हैं। दो 2020 के लिए प्रोफेसर जी राम रेड्डी अवार्ड डॉक्टर एल मोहिंद्रो, मणिपुर से। एल महेंद्रो हॉल में हैं, उनके कोई स्टूडेंट हो, वो सवेरे आए तो थे एल महेंद्रो, उनके कोई स्टूडेंट हो हैं, थोड़ा दौड़ के आइए। अरे वाह, ये तो यंग लड़का है भाई, आइए फोटो लीजिए बढ़िया से। डॉक्टर एल महेंद्रो ह्यूमन राइट्स के हेड हैं कुला वीमेंस कॉलेज मणिपुर में। पॉलिटिकल साइंस की एक्टिविटीज में यंग पॉलिटिकल साइंटिस्ट हैं ये, और गवर्नेंस पर अच्छा काम किया है। और डी शर्मा जी, प्रोफेसर जी डी शर्मा जी उनको पुरस्कृत करेंगे। आई एम सॉरी। 2021 के लिए प्रोफेसर जी राम रेड्डी इप्सा नेशनल अवार्ड प्रोफेसर के जया प्रसाद। प्रोफेसर के जया प्रसाद फॉर्मर प्रो वाइस चांसलर, प्रोफेसर थंडवन इनको पुरस्कृत करेंगे। प्रोफेसर जया प्रसाद प्रो वाइस चांसलर रहे सेंट्रल। रतनु महापात्रा सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ गुजरात में डायस्पोरा स्टडीज में प्रोफेसर हैं। 2021 के लिए अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी इप्सा नेशनल अवार्ड फॉर डायस्पोरा स्टडीज प्रोफेसर राजीव कुमार। प्रोफेसर राजीव कुमार डायस्पोरा स्टडीज के कोऑर्डिनेटर भी हैं, महात्मा गांधी सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटी के रजिस्ट्रार हैं, और इस समय प्रोफेसर ऑफ पॉलिटिकल साइंस हैं। प्रोफेसर गीतांजलि दास से रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि राजीव जी को पुरस्कृत करें। इप्सा एक अवार्ड देती है एंशिएंट इंडियन पॉलिटिक्स पर। 2019 के लिए डॉक्टर दिनकर त्रिपाठी फिरोज गांधी कॉलेज रायबरेली में टीचर हैं, बहुत समय से बहुत पुस्तकें लिखते हैं, आचार्य कामंदक शुक्र इन सब पर काम किया है। मैं प्रोफेसर शांति श्री पंडित से रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा प्रोफेसर दिनकर त्रिपाठी को सम्मानित करें। के लिए यंग पॉलिटिकल साइंटिस्ट अवार्ड डॉक्टर अनूप शेखर चक्रवर्ती हैं तो हाथ उठाएं, नहीं तो प्रदीप चटर्जी उनकी ओर से हैं। अरे वाह, अनूप आइए, दौड़ के आइए। डॉक्टर अनूप शेखर चक्रवर्ती प्रेजेंटली नेताजी इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ एशियन स्टडीज में हैं, लंदन स्कूल ऑफ इकोनॉमिक्स से पोस्ट डॉक्टरल किया है, यंग पॉलिटिकल साइंटिस्ट है। इनके लिए थोड़ा जोर से ताली बजाइए।
Professor J.K. Mohapatra to kindly release the book published by Professor Saroj K. Verma. Professor Saroj K. Verma may kindly join the stage. Thank you. Now I would request Sri Mehboob Haq, Honorable Chancellor, USTM, to kindly release the book published by Professor Mohan S. Kashikar. May I request Professor Mohan S. Kashikar to come on dais? Thank you. Now I would request Professor Shushma Yadav to kindly come on stage to release the book published by Dr. Namrata Kothari. Professor Shushma Yadav and Dr. Namrata Kothari will come on stage. Now I would request Professor J.K. Mohapatra to kindly release the book published by Dr. Balendra Kumar Das. Kindly please come on stage. Dr. Balendra Kumar Das. Professor R. Thandavan, kindly release. Thank you, everyone. Now I would request Sri Mehboob Haq, Honorable Chancellor, USTM, to kindly come on stage for his blessings. Sri Mehboob Haq is Honorable Chancellor of the University of Science and Technology, Meghalaya, Chairman of the Education, Research and Development Foundation. He is an accomplished educational entrepreneur. He has founded more than a dozen educational institutions. He has been honored with many prestigious awards, including Shikshacharya Award 2019 of Assam Sahitya Sabha. Sri Mehboob Haq, please.
Good morning to everyone. Esteemed Vice Chancellor of Jawaharlal Nehru University, Professor Shantisri Pandit, esteemed Advisor of Government of Assam in the Education Department, Professor Nanigopal Mohanto, Professor Sanjeev Kumar Sharma, Secretary EPSA, all the distinguished past IPSA president, very enlightened academicians from across the country sitting across the dais. And many of you are mentor of mentors, all the scholars from various parts of the country, faculty members, and most importantly, media friends. We at USTM, we have organized various functions, and the functions graced by Dr. Kalam also, where principals of the Northeastern was the participant. We also organized various graduate congress where more than 10,000 people, 10,000 students usually join from various colleges. But today's function is a unique one. You are coming from all across the country, and you are all purely contributing in the field of academic world. I really very much emotional, and I was sharing with the Vice Chancellor of JNU that including present Vice Chancellor of JNU from last 10 years, we are consecutively getting all the Vice Chancellor for JNU from Professor Sapuri, and just recently UGC Chairman from JNU, and right now Madam also came, and we have an MOU with the Jawaharlal Nehru University. Respected dignitaries, USTM is the outcome of a very humble journey. We started in the WebEct in 2001 with 1 computer and 4 students. And we started our journey in Guwahati. Even nobody was ready to let out their house to accommodate our small institution. And today, when I see a galaxy of academicians, you are gracing this particular occasion, certainly it gives the more inspiration to work for the academic world. And this is an institution, sir, entire A to Z finance is only empowered by the students community. We don't have any source. No bank was ready to give any finance to us. Now we have 3 banks in the campus. They have started their branches here. And nearly 20% of the total intake, we have been offering free education. And in this, those who are sitting in the dais, we have 2 ladies academicians. You will be very happy to learn that we have 57% girl students in this university. More than 69% ladies faculty at this university. And recently, the UGC NET result has been declared. Out of 31 students, 23 students are girls. So this university have a special feature and is empowered by the women. And very soon, with the support from the government of Assam, will be coming up with the Women's University. Our esteemed Vice Chancellor, Professor D.G. Sharma already told. And this program, it should not be the last, and my request to the entire IPSA family that you have organized this program in the coming days also, we must be associated. I must be very grateful to the entire IPSA family that first time you have come to the Northeast and you have hosted this program in our university. I took this opportunity to engage most of the students to be the part and to be connecting with all the faculty members, all the academicians. And I was in the morning from the 2nd floor, I was watching that every students, they are calling someone. And it is because they were given the escortship to them so that they will be taking care of at least 1 faculty and getting the idea. So it is entire mission is a participative one. We always try to learn, and just we have completed 10 years of our journey, and we have to have lots of achievements, and for that we need guidance from all of you. I congratulate personally the political science department, entire political science family. You are one of the infant department in this campus. We are only 10 years old university, but political science is still, it is one of the infant one, I must say. And you got this opportunity to host this program, and you have done extremely well, Dr. Nazir, under your leadership. All the faculty members of the political science department and the students, they have shown outstanding performance in leadership. Although these faculty members from other departments, students from other departments, they are also extending services. So I welcome all of you to this August function, and it is my wish to Almighty that this program will be a grand success till tomorrow evening, and it must be a great success because our Vice Chancellor is also Sharma ji, the Secretary of the IFSA is also Sharma ji, and I am also another variety of Sharma. So it must be a grand success, and we seek cooperation from all of you. And
To make the memories of the conference last forever, now I would invite Professor Khalid on stage to present shawl and memento to Professor Nani Gopal Mahanta. Professor Khalid. To present shawl and memento to Professor J.K. Mohapatra, I would invite Professor Baldev Agja on stage. To present shawl and memento to Shri Mehbubul Haq, I would request Professor Madhurendra Kumar on stage. Professor Madhurendra Kumar. Chancellor. I would invite Professor Manas Chakrabarti on stage. Professor Manas Chakrabarti. To present shawl and memento to Professor G.D. Sharma, Honorable Vice Chancellor of the University. Professor Anupam Sharma, kindly come on stage to present shawl and memento to Professor Shanti Shri Pandit, Honorable President IPSA. Professor Chitra Prabhat, kindly come on stage. Professor Chitra Prabhat, kindly come on stage to present shawl and memento to Professor Gitanjali Dash. I would request Professor Balwant Gautam on stage to present shawl and memento to Professor Sanjeev Kumar Sharma. Professor Balwant Gautam, kindly come on stage to present shawl and memento to Professor J.K. Mohapatra. I would request Professor J.K. Mohapatra to kindly present shawl and memento to Professor Sanjeev Kumar Sharma. I would request Jitendra Narayan, Professor Jitendra Narayan on stage to present shawl and memento to Dr. M. Nazir Hussain. Thank you, everyone. Now, for the presidential speech, I would request Honorable President IPSA, Professor Shanti Shri Dulupudi Pandit, to grace the stage with her presence. Professor Shanti Shri Dulipudi Pandit is the Honorable President of the Indian Political Science Association. She is also the Vice Chancellor and a first female Vice Chancellor of Jawaharlal Nehru University. She has been Professor of Politics and Public Administration in Savitribai Phule University, Pune. She is also the member of Indian Council of Social Science Research, Indian Council of Cultural Research, Indian Institute of Advanced Studies, Shimla, American Studies Research Institute, Hyderabad, and Bhandarkar Institute of Oriental Studies, Pune. A perfect multilingual academician, Professor Pandit has traveled throughout the globe. In all my humbleness, I request Professor Shanti Shri Dulipudi Pandit to deliver the presidential address of the 59th All India Political Science Conference. Professor Pandit, please.
Thank you. Respected Professor G.D. Sharma, respected Professor Sanjeev Kumar Sharma, our dynamic General Secretary, Professor Jayant Mahapatra ji, the former Vice Chancellor of Behrampur University, and our mentor. Then Professor Tandavan, who has been my teacher in Madras University, where I studied, and a mentor. I thank him, but for his blessings and good wishes, I wouldn't have gone to JNU. So in a large way, he has been a very important. He has known me since my school days. If most of you know, he was a brilliant debater in Tamil, and I used to do debates in English. So that's how we met very early when he was in Pachepas College and I was in school. So I welcome you, sir, and I thank you for coming to the 59th All India Political Science Conference. Dr. M. Nazir Hussain and Sri Maqbulul Haq, whom I think who's made this university. Sir, you are indeed rare to society. I would call you a philanthropist, educationist, because very many philanthropists must follow your path, because educational institutions require a lot of participation from private donors. And I really congratulate you for building such a beautiful institution, which is not very easy, from very humble beginnings. And thank you for inviting us to one of the most beautiful parts of the country. Respected advisor, academic advisor to the government of Assam, Professor Nani Gopal Mahanta. Nani is a very popular name for Telugus. We have a very famous actor called Nani. So I was just telling him that. And his speech, when he said stepmotherly treatment, it ringed ears to somebody coming from Tamil Nadu, because that is what we keep saying to the central government. And now I would not be reading the speech because I have been asked by the secretary to be brief. So all of you have got my speech. I would only say, Ellarkum Vanakkam, Andarki Namaskaram. It gives me a great pleasure to be amidst you all in this August academic event as part of the 59th All India Political Science Conference. I'm so happy that in the 84 years of IPSA, the present secretary has tried to bring in gender equality. I'm the third president. The second woman president is with us, Professor Sushma Yadav. So I thank you, sir, for being a feminist yourself. The vibrant get-together of scholars from across India is also a testimony to the enormous scholarship generated by the various departments of political science, international relations, and other allied disciplines in our country. See, the major issue that I want to place before you is, if you see to a large extent, the questions raised by Dr. Nani on the issue of both citizenship, who is a citizen, do we want cultural nationalism or civic nationalism, or the both can be blended. Because the Indic civilization believes in the concept of ekam sat vipraha bahuda vadanti. Truth may be one, but there are several parts to it. So part of our whole concept of unity has the concept of diversity in it. The celebration of cultural diversity is our strength, not our weakness. So this is the one major point I want to place before most of you. The other thing I want to tell both old and young political scientists is, it is time that India, which is claiming to be a civilizational state, not a nation state. We are the only civilizational state, along with China, to enter the fourth industrial revolution. China is creating a narrative for itself and norm building. India is yet to do this norm building and narratives. So it is extremely important, if we want to say the rise of incredible India. It is not only in Atmanirbhar, in economy, in production, but in ideas, in building narratives, and in building frameworks. This is what is main, because norms does decide the genesis of any civilization. In its turn, it spreads to far away areas in the forms of economic, political, and cultural imperialism. Thus, it can be stated that India has been having norms not from 1947, but as a civilization itself. It is here that I call upon you to construct narratives for India as an incredible civilizational state. And being from the south of the country, I want to take, I have in one of my earlier papers written on the Cholas, the greatest dynasty that ruled India. Please, I don't know how many of you know, like there are homes in Assam, we have what is called the Cholas. So what is it that I want to place before you through the, idea of norms? The first is the idea of what we call the definitional problems of a civilizational state. Meaning, how would you define dharma? Somehow I am against all the Hindi linguists who equate religion to dharma. I think it's very inadequate, and I would call upon all Hindi specialists and linguists to look upon the idea of dharma from religion per se. The second is basically I would see what is it that is unique about India. The uniqueness of India as a civilization is assimilation. Meaning whoever comes in, whosever ideas, irrespective, we assimilate. You have the Bhakti movement, which assimilated a lot from Sufi Islam. So the question is, can we have a separate model from the binary model of the West, or the dichotomous framework of either or? If you're with God, you're with Satan. If you're not with God, you're with Satan. Whereas in India, you don't have that concept. Take a character like Ravana. He is only an anti-hero with a single major characteristic flaw. So the question is, he is not a villain. He is a great Shiva Bhakta who wrote the Shiva Thandav. So when you burn his image during Dashera, the South Indians are not very happy about it. So I want to tell people, and finally, I would like to finish up with the model I would think is one of the narratives that we can make, and that is the book written by the famed Ananda Kumaraswamy called The Dance of Shiva. Most of you know the highlight of the Indian civilization is the dance of Lord Shiva. In its ancient form and anti-Sheshan worship Shiva and prayed above all things for the boon, once more to behold this mystic dance. Shiva promised that he should behold the dance again in sacred Tilai, the center of the universe. And most of you know the Chidambaram temple, which holds it in Tamil Nadu. That is the only place where you have Shiva in the form of Nataraj. This dance of Shiva in Chidambaram or Tilai forms is extremely important. Why do I say it? Because if we are constructing a civilizational narrative, this is one narrative I will tell you to represent. What does this narrative bring in? First, what I call the Panchamrit of this narrative, like the Modi model of Panchamrits. One is the Panchakriya. First, Shrishti, overlooking creation and evolution. If most of you look at the Ukraine crisis, you can put it into this model. Or even the COVID, who expected it to come? So the second is the Ishishti, preservation and support. Third, Samhara, destruction and evolution. Tribhava, wheeling embodiment, illusion, and also giving rest. Last, Anugraha, release, salvation, and grace. These separately are the activities of the Trimurti and Rudra. So the cosmic activity is the central motif of this dance. Unmai Vilakam, verse 36 tells us, creation arises from the drum. Protection proceeds from the hand of hope, and fire proceeds destruction. A foot held aloft gives release. It will be observed that the fourth hand points to this lifted foot, the refuge of the soul. This legendary argument that Lord Shiva's dance has been highlighted as the universal international civilizational trait by the Cholas, one of the greatest empires which ruled the Indo-Pacific and also defeated the Chinese, a great maritime power of its own time. So what I'm here, I would end here saying that let us use such narratives which would greatly enhance a shared value system which includes the acceptance of international norms, the existence of institutional mechanisms for the resolution of conflicts, and the issues of borderlands and the issue of citizenship. And also, if you see, to a large extent, the Indian tradition has also looked upon values like individualism, spiritualism, universalism, tolerance, and brotherhood. And this is where I would request most of you to use your regional narratives, maybe in Assam, on their homes, how they defeated the Mughals 17 times. We don't even know it in history. This needs a paradigm shift. So finally, I thank the Indian Political Science Association and all its members of giving me an opportunity to serve you. Thank you so much. Vanakkam, namaskaram.
Thank you, Professor Pandit. Vote of thanks would be proposed by Dr. M. Nazir Hussain, Local Organizing Secretary of the conference. I request him to kindly come to the podium.
A very warm greetings to all of you and good morning to one and all present here. I, Dr. M.D. Nazir Hussain, on behalf of the organizing committee, University of Science and Technology Meghalaya and Indian Political Science Association, take this opportunity to stand before this ocean of political science today in University of Science and Technology Meghalaya. I feel proud to extend my heartfelt vote of thanks to this ocean of political science. I extend my deepest thank to our guest of honor, Professor R. Thandaban sir, former President IPSA, former Vice Chancellor, University of Madras. By your address to this August gathering. Thank you, sir. I also extend my heartfelt thank to Professor Jayant K. Mohapatra, sir, former Vice Chancellor, Behrampur University. Thank you very much, sir, for your enlightening words for this August gathering today. I also express my deepest thank to Professor Nani Gopal Mohanta, sir, Academic Advisor, Government of Assam. Sir, you have raised very serious questions for the scholars of political science. Thank you very much, sir. I especially thank Honorable Chancellor, University of Science and Technology Meghalaya, Janab Mahbubul Haq Saab, a visionary leader who changed the visible educational scenario in Northeast India and who always support us to organize such a big mega event in University of Science and Technology Meghalaya. Thank you, sir. I also extend heartfelt thank to Honorable Vice Chancellor, University of Science and Technology Meghalaya, Professor Gauri Dutt Sharma, sir, who is biggest help to us. He always guides us how to organize such a mega event. And he is the man behind this mega event, because of which it is possible today that a flock of academicians from across the country. I am very much delighted over here to announce that we have received academicians, scholars from across the country, from all the states almost. Thank you, sir. Now, I thank Professor Shantishri D. Pandit ma'am, President IPSA and Vice Chancellor, Jawaharlal Nehru University. Ma'am, we are very thankful to you that you have chosen USTM to organize 59th All India Political Science Conference and International Seminar for the first time in Northeast India. Thank you, ma'am. I express my heartfelt thanks to Professor Sanjeev Kumar Sharma, sir, General Secretary and Treasurer IPSA and Vice Chancellor Mahatma Gandhi Central University, Motihari, Bihar. I personally share this thing that because of his personal effort, because of sir's personal effort, it is possible that we are sitting in 59th All India Political Science Conference and International Seminar to be here in USTM. Thank you, sir. I also express my heartfelt thanks to Professor Gitanjali Das ma'am, former HOD, Pol Science and Dean, Fakir Mohan University. Thank you, ma'am. You are here today and you have shared your ideas. I also express my heartfelt thanks to all the Vice Chancellors, Honorable Vice Chancellors of various universities across the country who made this event a mega event today. Thank you all the Honorable Vice Chancellor joining us today. I also express my heartfelt thanks to all the senior professors, faculty members, research scholars of various universities across the country who joined us today in large number. Now we have received around 9,000 registration in this conference today. 900, sorry. It would be 9,000 next time. I express my heartfelt thanks to all the deans, HODs, all the faculty members, high officials, administrative staffs, supporting staffs of University of Science and Technology, Meghalaya, to make this event a mega event. I especially thank to the coordinators, joint coordinators, and members of committees who are managing the entire organization since the last 3-4 days. Say it is the reception committee, food committee, accommodation committee, transportation committee, registration and kit committee, sessions committee, hall management, stage management. We have around 15 committees, and devotedly they are doing their job nicely for the last 3-4 days. Thank you very much. I especially thanks our volunteers, our sports students, as our Honorable Chancellor sir was saying, that one student, one participant was associated for this conference. And I hope that many of the participants have received their call for the last 2-3 days. Some of the, I must share one of the very, interesting real story. One of our students called a number in the participant list, and he told that, Professor, this. Then from there, he told that, I'm not a professor, I run a beauty parlor. Mistake in phone number. But still our students are communicating to each and everyone for the last 2-3 days. Thank you all the volunteers and students. I also thanks all the students of USTM to make this event a mega event. Last but not least, I also express my heartfelt gratitude to media friends, those who are coming today to cover this entire session. Most probably they will come tomorrow also, so that entire India, entire world will know that 59th All India Political Science Conference and International Seminar is going to be held for the first time in Northeast India in University of Science and Technology, Meghalaya. Thank you, our media friends. Finally, I express my heartfelt gratitude to all those knowingly, unknowingly, they helped us to organize this mega event here in USTM. Thank you all those. And with my last word, I express my apologies to all the participants. Being the local organizing secretary, I take this entire responsibility. If you are facing any difficulty in accommodation, in food, in transportation, whatever, please forgive me, please forgive USTM. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Our bookstores put up by the reputed publishers are also open for the delegates and participants. We all will assemble back here in 10 minutes for the plenary session on Global Rise of Incredible India, whose name isn't included in the technical session paper presenters list. Kindly don't worry, you will be allowed to present papers. Now, as the inauguration of the conference is announced, may I request all the guests, delegates, volunteers, and participants to assemble at the auditorium stage for a group photograph. Before that, I request all to rise for national anthem. जन गण मन अधिनायक जया हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जया हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जया हे जया 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 जया. Thank you all. Kindly assemble in front of the auditorium for a group photograph. Everyone is requested to kindly assemble for a group photograph at the stairs of the auditorium. Dr. Sabu Thomas, kindly come on the stage. Dr. Sabu Thomas.
And even sir, he's the one who brought me to Jodhpur. I came to Andhra University. Andhra only we did ask sir. He only saved Perumal and others.
I was standing on the CFP Rathod.
And yes, we got told me and Madhukar. Before that, he scolded.